Oh my God, I do not know how we can have a show after an intro like that. Anton, all y'all come off mute right now because Anton made that. That was pretty freaking amazing. Hey everyone, welcome to, another DHUG session. We are in the dog days of summer here in the United States, and that means inbound is right around the corner. And Dennis Edson, developer advocate at Yeagle HubSpot, and welcome to the road to inbound. Before I introduce our amazing lineup of speakers, I do want to share with you all that this is an interactive session. So during it, we are going to try to allow people to come up on stage. I'm going to actually, Anton, if you do me a favor, would you put that banner up that says to DM me in the developer Slack if you want to come on stage, if you have some insights into how you've experienced inbound in the past and want to share that with people, we want to know. This is an experiment. I might mess up, and I'm trying to do all this at once on a small screen, so bear with me. With that being said, I am going to introduce this fine cast of people. First off, Jennifer Nixon. You might know her. You better know her because she's all over the place. She is SEO Performance CMS HUG leader. She's also a community champion and on our developer mentor program. So thank you for showing up to this, Jennifer.
Hey, everyone.
Next up, if you have not met her yet, you will, and you'll see her quite a bit out there. Bree Hall. She is a new developer advocate at HubSpot. How you doing, my friend?
I'm good. How are you?
I am well, thank you. And moving on to two people that you already know. Anton Buanowski, he is the founder of GraphySpot. I can officially say that now, so congratulations.
Yes.
There. And how are you doing, sir?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Well, thank you. I'm doing well myself, thank you. And last but not least, I don't even know what to call this guy, Toon Ratan. He is the dev and design lead at Bright Digital. Is that the correct name for you? I don't even know what your title. Emperor?
Yeah, it's perfect.
Gold? Okay. Cool. Now that we're here, let's get into talking about the whole inbound situation. I'm going to pull up some notes here. I'm going to go through it. Again, as I said, this is an interactive session, so ping me in the developer Slack if you have thoughts on anything we're talking about. First question about inbound is just the process of getting there. You show up. We have some international travelers here. We have some locals, and I want to know, tell me, Jen, I'm going to start with you. You arrive. What do you do? How do you get there? How do you navigate the whole situation?
Yeah, so you're definitely going to want to check out the metro lines ahead of time. Make sure you know how you're getting from the airport to your hotel or convention center, whether that is the metro or you're going to Uber. You schedule that ahead of time because it does get kind of crazy. Can't recommend scoping it out ahead of time. So the entrance is, not exactly where Google Maps says the entrance is. So walk to the convention center, find the big door out front and get your bearings, and you'll that's where you'll go in for everything. So definitely get your bearings and figure out your badge pickup. So I'm pretty sure.
May I have a follow-up to that, Jen? What do you wear? I mean, in terms of shoes, what do you bring in? Because I messed up, by the way. Go ahead.
Yeah, I always wear kicks, but some kind of sneakers, shoes, anything comfy, whatever you can walk around in, because I think last year I did 10 miles in one day just walking around. So depending on how much you're going to walk, you're going to want some comfy shoes. And yeah, dress comfortably. Don't worry so much about being the most fashionable or professional. Everybody's going to be business casual. There's a whole vibe, some, different people wearing different things, but, bring out your personality and just like be comfy.
Yeah, for sure. And Anton, you were there last year, and you're a
Yeah.
tech guy. You like to bring things with you. So, any recommendations on like just packing?
So I would recommend a power bank, a powerful one. So it depends on your devices that you're gonna bring. I had 20,000 one with me last year. Like that helped a lot.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
besides that, what I had in my pocket was a gimbal for my phone to shoot nice videos and photos. So if you have one,
Yeah.
bring it
You're
with
always
you.
leveling up a little bit, Anton. You level up.
Yeah.
Did you have a situation where last day of inbound, you're checking out of your hotel? What did you do with your stuff? Is like just all on your back type situation?
So for me, it was like I left all my stuff at the hotel because I was departing on Saturday, not on Friday. So I had also the whole Saturday to decompress and just to revise everything.
Yeah, for sure.
So
And Bree, I know this is your first inbound you've been to, but you've been to 1.5 billion conferences and spoken at many of them. Do you have any recommendations on, attire, getting there, and all that good stuff?
Yeah, so especially for the BECE where inbound is taking place, I cannot stress comfortable shoes enough. I was there for a gaming convention that happened in the same exact place in March of this year, and that is a large convention center. It is so big, even like going from one place to the other just on the same floor can take a second. So definitely wear comfortable shoes. I also want to echo having a power bank. You're going to be taking pictures, connecting with so many different people. And sometimes you're probably going to forget to lock your phone, which happens, but then your battery is going to go down a little bit. And you don't want to be stuck in a position where you want to take a cool picture or connect with somebody and you don't have like any more power on your phone. Something I also like to have is a digital business card, but I've also heard that there are very cool click little badge is that you get at inbound where you can very easily connect with other people. So sometimes even bringing something to just let people know like who you are after you meet them, because you're going to meet so many different people and you're going to have so many connections to sift through afterwards. Definitely.
Yeah, I believe that those Connect badges actually are going to, and no pun intended, connect this time. So they are not ephemeral anymore. You'll actually be able to, get your Connect account going if you don't have one set up already. Jen, one last question on this part of it, the logistic part of it, is just how do you find things when you're there?
Yeah, that's a good question. I think get your bearings with the map. Like the app has the map in it, but I would just go like walk in and take a straight shot to the main stage and kind of get your bearings about what's left, right, front, center before you just start wandering, because it's so easy to stray off. Like I just did a straight shot to the main stage and kind of like took account of what was around me, where the stages were. And like once you get your bearings, you're like, okay, now I know, like, lawn on D is off to the left, and you kind of get your situation squared. So I don't know, maybe do like a scoping session, team up. I had a couple coworkers last year that kind of like, they went together and they like scouted the perimeter to kind of figure out where things were, where the stages were. But you'll get lost. Like you're going to get lost. The sessions are on different floors and, you're just going to have to like figure it out and find something like, hey, are you headed to that session? Like, let's go together. Let's find it. There's so many people that'll point you in the right direction too.
Totally agree.
And because you're going to get lost, to make sure that you add enough time in your schedule. Don't add only like 5 minutes as a buffer. I would say add a little bit of extra time just in case you do get lost. And worst comes to worst, you'll have a really good seat.
Love it. Great advice there. Toon, I'm going to talk to you a little bit here. And unfortunately, Toon's not going to be joining us in person at Inbound, but he is quite experienced with the virtual aspect of it. How are you keeping up, and how are you just checking in?
Yeah, great question. I think the key thing to do is make sure you know who the crap, I forgot the name, the correspondents are. And make sure to follow them then either on X or on LinkedIn. And besides that, I noticed that there is going to be a YouTube version of Inbound as well. So make sure to follow that one as well. And I think probably every HubSpot partner is going to give a great recap after Inbound. So yeah, just make sure that you try to use all those different resources to get up to speed.
Yeah, small plug for the Developer Hug, who's going to be live at Inbound every night. Anton and I are going to just
I missed
all
it there.
around, and we're going to get everyone. Let's talk about just juggling the events themselves. I'm going to just open the floor here. I'm not going to call anyone's name out, but how do you create a schedule that works for you, doesn't overwhelm you, and you can actually use? Because I've always, I end up like on the floor crying at times. And if you see a person inbound crying in a corner, it's probably me trying to figure out where I should be at this point in time.
Yeah, I'm a color-coded calendar girl, so anything that I can't miss is in red. So I make sure, like, especially like speaker session prep or badge pickup, the things that I would normally like forget, like what time is that supposed to happen? I put the small reminder and I put them in red. And then big things that I definitely want to do, like green, like Ryan Reynolds is in green. Main stage spotlight is in green. And then kind of just color coded from there, like some of the community meetups, like the dev lightning talks and things, I'll put in orange. So it kind of just gives me a visual. And then when you're pulling your calendar up on your phone and you're walking around, you're like, oh yeah, that's where I'm going. So it gives you kind of like a quick cheat sheet. But yeah, the Inbound app will let you add anything directly to your calendar. So definitely take advantage of that. Don't just think you can wing it from the app.
Yeah, let's. Can we just like talk about the app real quickly? Because raising my hand here, I actually haven't looked at it too much yet for this year. I know Bree, you've gone through it. Jen, I'm assuming you have, and Anton, you have as well. Any thoughts on how to manage that beast of a thing?
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's like a 10x improvement over past apps. If it's your first time navigating it, I feel like you're going to have a pretty easy time. Bree, maybe you, like, I don't know if you've checked it out yet, what you think.
I have. I am an over planner, admittedly. I like to think that I can do everything and be everywhere all at one time, but eventually I come to my senses and realize that I really have to prioritize the things that I want to do. So for me, usually what I do is save the sessions for a day that I would like to attend and prioritize the ones that I have to go to. Like, out of anything, what are the things I really want to do, the people I want to meet, the people I want to see? And then once I put that schedule together, I sometimes hate having to go back into my calendar or into an app. So I usually set that as my wallpaper for the day, so I can easily just pick up my phone and see where I'm supposed to be or where I'm supposed to go. And then I don't have to go through the hassle of relying on internet or relying on my phone to get me there in time.
Oh my God, Bree, that's next level.
That is genius. I'm stealing that.
Yeah, seriously. Okay, we can actually end this right now with the best pick you're probably going to get in the next 2 weeks. That is good stuff. I want to move on to after hours events. You all, have you checked the calendars? What's going on after hours? Any insights into that?
Well,
We'll all speak at once. It's okay. I will happily.
I'm like the chatty girl here, so I mean, I don't mind going first, but
apparently these things are better when people talk. So I like chatty girls. If you're doing that, that'd be great.
awesome. Yeah, like after hours, there's a lot of stuff happening. So if you are a VIP, if you're fortunate to be a VIP, there is the VIP party on the 17th. So if you're a partner or you're going there, you're doing that, I'll definitely be there for that on Tuesday night. There's also, I think, a dev SJ is like organizing a dev meetup on Wednesday after hours. Make sure you've got your invites. Check the dev Slack if you didn't. There are some other like champions. If we have any other champions in the group or correspondents, there's a champion and correspondence meetup on Thursday. So those are like the official Otherwise, the Omni, so like the bar in the Omni, and I think it's the Westin, right? That's across the street. Isn't that the one? That's where everybody hangs out. Those two like bar areas and restaurants. Like when everything dies down, that's where everybody goes to kind of like unwind and connect.
We also have a whole page of partner events that our app partners are throwing as well. And there's a lot of stuff to do. So don't plan on doing them all. But a few of the ones that I found interesting were tacos and tequila that's being thrown. There's also a couple of different like arcade parties and parties or networking events in really cool venues around Boston. So that could be a really nice way to like get out and sightsee a little bit as well while you're in the area, because you may not have as much time to during the day.
I want to find this real quickly. Carter said something a while back. There's a new dev group to follow on LinkedIn. And yes, that is going to be something. Carter, I'm surprised you have not DM'd me yet to get up here on stage. It's not like you not to DM. But yes, we will be updating this LinkedIn page throughout the conference. And AJ Laporte, Nick Laporte, and I have a presentation we're doing, and we're going to try to use this in a different way. So stay tuned for that. Let's Anton, we should talk a little bit about live from inbound, what we're going to do. I know we've not planned it out too much, but
that's right. Yeah.
Do you want to say anything about it? Put you on the spot.
So the whole idea is that Dennis and I will try to live stream a recap every day after inbound. And maybe we will have some guests, maybe not. We'll see. So be excited. And
yeah, I plan on going throughout the day, finding various people. So if you're here right now and I see you there, expect me to have a camera in your face, and I'm going to interview you, and you better have good answers because you're going to be on the spot. With that, I'm going to move into the actual agenda itself. You've all taken a look at the agenda, which is huge. It's massive. There is a developer-specific, what we would call it, swim lane. We can call it that, maybe. Okay, sure. Agenda. That's a better word for it. Sorry. Let's talk about it. I want to start with you, Bree, because you called me out with the wrong word. What are you looking forward to? I mean, you're speaking. You have to be looking forward to that.
I am. So, of course, the one that I'm looking most forward to, no, I'm just kidding. I think two very interesting talks are a session on Thursday about customizing the CRM, and the actual name is Unlocking the Power of Customizing HubSpot's Smart CRM. And that's going to be done by two amazing product managers that we have here at HubSpot, Catherine Mann and Jeff Vincent. They're going to be talking all about how to customize the CRM with the HubSpot UI. And then the other half of that talk is going to be a talk that Ben Anderson and I are going to be doing, which is how you can further customize HubSpot and the CRM with code. So I think those are two really interesting sessions because they'll give a very broad spectrum and different perspectives on both sides about how you can customize HubSpot to be what you need it to be and not to fit into it.
Yeah, well played. I'm going to back up real quickly. We have a special guest coming up right now. I'm going to bring her on. You probably know her. You love her. Her name is SJ. She is the lead of developer community at HubSpot. That's probably not the official title, but I'm going with that for a second.
I got all the titles and all the names, Sarah J,
yeah.
SJ, you know, whatever you want. It all works.
Talk to me, SJ. What's going on?
Oh, so, okay. I mean, I was trying to drop some links. Now I'm in the StreamYard and I'm no longer in the YouTube chat, but I did share some links for the LinkedIn page where I'm very excited to see all the awesome stuff y'all are going to do. And I also just wanted to give a quick shout out. If anyone on this live stream has not received their invite to the super ultra mega secret, not really party on Wednesday evening, it's going to be at the F1 arcade where we're going to have like, I think 24 F1 simulators and a whole big open bar area. Lots of delicious hearty and or heavy food. We were kind of joking about hearty versus heavy appetizers. They're going to be delicious and inclusive of all dietary choices, as well as lots of yummy alcoholic and non-alcoholic drinks, maybe some signature drinks to represent our developer community. So stay tuned on that. And if you haven't gotten that invite, hit me up on the dev Slack at SJ, or you can email me sjmorris@hubspot.com.
Love it. All right. I'm trying to do what I can to manage the back and the front end of this thing. So I apologize if I'm a little bit out of sorts at moments. I'm having Brooke. Brooke is going to be sending me some links so I can share because I'm missing them right now, and I'll try to get them up into the chat in a little bit. I want SJ. You want to stay up here for a while?
Sure, I'm happy to hang.
Okay,
if you want me here.
I got Bree's analysis of what to see at inbound. I'm going to move on to Tune. Talk to me. What are you excited to see?
Yeah, great question. Well, to be honest, because I'm not going, I have looked at the agenda, of course, but I haven't created my own personal agenda. However, and let me look it up. I think one of the things I'm most excited about is the developer's guide, getting started with HubSpot development. Mainly because getting started with development can be quite overwhelming, and I think this is a great starting point if you're trying to get familiar with development or HubSpot development.
Totally agree with you. And this question was just asked related, and I guess it's all booked up. I'm going to do my best to try to stream as many of the things that are not already being streamed as possible, at least record. I'm going to try. I'm trying hard. No promises, but I'm really going to try hard to do this. I'm working on it. I promise. Moving on. Anton, talk to me. Yep. Excitement. What's out there? What do you want to see?
First of all, Ryan Reynolds. Obviously.
He's Canadian. I always have to say when people are Canadian. We're very proud.
I mean, I'm super excited to meet almost everybody this year. Like all the people that I have connected over the internet over the year. And if they're coming to inbound, I will be super happy to meet them, talk to them in person and such. And for me, this is more important than maybe missing a super crazy important keynote, I would say. So, yeah.
Legitimate answer. Jennifer?
Yeah. I'm looking forward to, I don't know, last year, Anton and I caught a couple sessions together. We met for the first time watching a main stage session together, or I guess in person. And we caught, actually, Dennis, you and John were doing the hero stage, I think. We were watching that front row. Like, those are the fun experiences. Like, you connect with somebody, you're like, hey, like, I'm going here, and you just kind of like on the fly, like, hey, let me go too. And you know, you don't have to like stick to the, like, as much as I'm scheduled and I have this structure and color coded agenda. I was like, no, I want to hang with Anton. I want to go see this session. And I didn't have anywhere to be at that time. Like, it was kind of like open. So like make time, like that's kind of what I'm looking forward to, as well as like connecting with everybody, hanging in the community space. Some of the meetups, I actually have way less sessions and more white space on my calendar than I did last year. I just handpicked the 2 or 3 that I really wanted. And I think, you know, maybe that's like the tip we should have done before they opened up the seat reservations, because I feel like seat reservations spiral out of control and get totally booked up because somebody's like really overzealous and like books 10 of them. And realistically, you can't take that much new information in. Mm-hmm. So maybe if you've saved a bunch of seats, like go back and pick your top ones and, you know, open those seats back up. But yeah, it's, there are so many amazing sessions. I always love the spotlight. Mm-hmm. You know, Yamini is great. Dharmesh is great, but Andy, like, he always brings like the biggest, you know, product updates. And there's just so much excitement when you can, like, I mean, it feels like you're just having this conversation with them. They're right in front of you, no matter how big the room is. It just feels like they're talking right to you.
Yeah.
So I always love those. Same thing, like, you know, I feel like Reese Witherspoon last year was like right there, you know, and it's just like, oh, I just feel like I'm like watching, you know, like I'm just like this fly on the wall and they're like doing this recording, but it's just so powerful, like the messaging and, you know, being in the presence of like Derek Jeter. And so like, I just can't imagine like the people they're bringing this year with, you know, Ryan Reynolds. And I know everybody's like Deadpool. I love Deadpool, and I think it's great, but like, I am just fascinated with what he's doing on the marketing side of things, his brand. And I mean, he's playing a whole different game. You know, it's not just being funny and being a good actor. Like, he is extremely intelligent. I think there's a lot that we can like learn from him.
Even though he's Canadian.
Yeah, I mean, we won't hold that against him.
Plug for Hot Ones. Hot Ones, you know, it's a show where this guy does interviews with actors and people out there. He did one with, is it Hugh Jackman? That's the other person, and Ryan Reynolds recently, and that was, I loved it. It was really good. Ryan Reynolds just is always on this point. Like, he just always has a response for everything, and I love it.
Can I echo something that Jennifer said? Really, think about not so much about attending all of the sessions, but being in the moment and like being with all kinds of like different people who you have a common interest with, because that's not something that you get to do all of the time. And if you're introverted and you're really shy and maybe you're going by yourself and you've never been to maybe a conference of this scale and you're trying to figure out how you're going to meet people, or you want to talk to people and you want to connect, but you're kind of afraid to like take that first step, try doing something that has nothing to do with the conference, just talking about like, hey, like, what was your favorite session of the day? Or hey, like, just say your name. Getting started somewhere where you're in line, or maybe just like waiting for something common. It's always a really great way to like strike up conversation. So don't be scared.
Yeah. That is such great advice. I want to ask SJ, you know, as the manager of community, I think you might have some follow-up to that as well, because I think you can speak to this nicely. And I'm going to ask you, just for fun, to go off mute.
Just for fun. I thought maybe some like lip reading could be. Anyway, some of the thoughts I was having is like one of the things that I feel is really particularly special about Inbound is the amount of, you know, the HubSpotters that are there. Their role really is to make everyone attending feel welcome and feel connected to the conference. And it's always been really awesome to see, like, I myself am kind of an ambivert, but the energy of Inbound really helps me like open up. Like Bree said, because we have this like shared kind of purpose and mission at this conference. And so for folks attending for the first time, folks, especially, of course, I mean, I'm going to give a shout out to DevRel and Dev Advocates as folks that you can definitely count on to come up to and say hi to, and we're going to go out of our way to make you feel welcome. That's one thing that I really love, playing that kind of steward and host role and making sure people feel included and welcome. The other thing I wanted to mention too is that I'm not sure if it's come up clearly enough. I did talk about the dev party, and I think Jennifer alluded to it, but we are also doing a really cool on the floor exhibition hall event for the developer community on Thursday afternoon, the 19th from 2:15 to 3:45. And we're going to have a bunch of lightning talks from some of the folks on this call. And some of the folks on this call are also some of the hosts of the event. So it's going to be a really great chance to come and chit chat with the DevRel team, as well as some of our like amazing community members. So please do check that out. It's been, I mean, that one's not so much an RSVP thing, but the space is pretty small. So I would say show up like before 2:15 to make sure you get a comfortable spot inside and you're not standing.
Yeah, actually, that's a perfect segue, SJ. I was one of my next questions is talking about the that community spot, and I wanted to highlight Anton and Jen here to talk more about that whole vibe that's going to be happening there. So if you all want to talk to that, that'd be great. That's okay.
Ladies first.
He said, yeah, but he said your name first. All right. So community spot. Am I talking just about the lightning talks or just community spot in general?
I think go big, go community spot, and then bring it down if you need to.
Okay, yeah. So like you're gonna find the HubSpot Academy team there. So if you've done any certifications, like you want to go check that out, you can meet some of the professors. I thought that was really cool. I think I met Brooke last year. Like, I think we might have met at a session first, but I was able to chat with Brooke a little bit at the Academy space. So that's kind of fun because you connect the dots between like, hey, I like watched you in hours and hours of video, and now here you are standing right in front of me. There's also the community, so the HubSpot community, community champions. So if being part of the HubSpot community is something that you're interested in, you can definitely chat with that team and learn more about how to get involved and how to be a community champion. So that's really cool. I think there's a connect space, right? If I remember from the map. Yeah. So new this year. I don't think there was one last year. Connect.com will have an official space in that like community hub. And then we've got the HUG, right? Is there a separate HUG? Yes. I feel like no. Is there a HUG space or is it overlapping the community space? I thought it was broken into 4 quadrants. I just can't remember.
This year it's going to be a little bit more blended, connect and community and the champions and the hugs. It's kind of all going to be low-key blended. I don't know exactly how yet. I've seen some of the mock-ups, but I feel like mock-ups and reality are 2 different worlds. So I think that the intention is to have a lot more sort of merging of those spaces.
Okay. Yeah, it looks like HubSpot HQ is what it's labeled on the map. I had to like zoom in really small on it. Mm-hmm. And it's next to the HubSpot Heroes stage. So
I believe kind of like, sorry, just to clarify, I believe the name, I hope this is true, on the map is going to be the community center. If it's not that yet, then don't quote me on that. But that's what I've heard a few times. I haven't checked, but y'all have the map in front of you. So
you're probably again, Dennis crying on the floor, trying to figure out where he's supposed to be. So I'm not the person to ask that question.
Yeah,
but
I don't know. I was just looking at the map. So, and I know last year they were all talking about HubSpot HQ, so maybe it did get renamed or rebranded. But right now, I think that's what it is on the map. But we're going to.
I'm confusing you. HubSpot HQ is definitely a thing, but within HubSpot, that's a new thing. HubSpot Community Center will be a space, demo spot, and then like that's all within HubSpot HQ. So sorry if I made things more confusing.
That's okay.
That's why yeah, and then so the community space though, so there's like community meetups. I know they're doing office hours, and then we've got the developer. I don't know if we were gonna share the whole scoop, but we're doing some lightning talks. So Anton and I, Carter and Justin Givens will be doing some lightning round, like 3 to 5 minutes on some really cool dev use case things. So you're definitely going to want to check that out. Time, I don't remember what time that was. I think it was 2:15, right?
Yeah.
On the 19th.
Yep. On Thursday. Yeah. So definitely swing by the community space at that time. Yeah. Anton, anything? I don't know how much you want to share.
I am looking right now for the map on the inbound page to maybe share that.
I could only find it on the app. I couldn't find it on the website.
Well, just hold your phone up, Jennifer, just to the screen. No, I'm just joking.
Well, the bad thing is it doesn't even zoom. Like I'm trying. I guess I need to use the interactive map.
I'm gonna put a question up. I'm moving on. Whatever. Sorry, as you guys do this, I'm sorry. I'm moving forward. Bree, I'm gonna put you on this spot here. Evelyn asked this question. I feel like you might have a proper answer, and I think you might be sharing your screen in a way that might help out this answer. So I'm going to bring your screen onto stage.
Go ahead.
Are you ready?
Please do.
Let's do this. All right, and talk us through it.
Awesome. So something that I have created is a developer agenda that you can go ahead and save directly to your phone and maybe do something like I was saying a few seconds ago, where you just set it as your screensaver or make it part of your agenda for the day. This is a culmination of all things developers at Inbound. So we're getting started with talking about Partner Day, and then right under it, we have, hold on now. We have a lot of the developer-centered panels and education sessions and meetups that are going to be going on that are specifically for developers. Now, something that you will also see on here is that reservations are required. And I know we've talked about it a little bit, where you have to reserve your spot for different sessions. But yeah, this is a really handy guide of all of the developer-centered events, community events that are going on, demos, and of course, you can add this to whatever you are going to use. Save it, manipulate it, do whatever you need to make your conference experience personal to you.
Oh wow, remixes of your PDF. This is all available on your blog post that you just published, correct?
Yes, it is.
And I just added the link to the comments, so you all have no excuse for not having access to this amazing resource. Moving on to our last little bit of this session, we're going to talk about kind of a recap of what's has happened at HubSpot this year that might affect the inbound presentations. I haven't heard from Toon in a while, so I'm going to start with you, my friend. Give me some things that you've seen over the past year that you think, oh, hello, Anton, he's got his up on the phone. Yeah, that's totally.
It's not a phone, but yeah.
All right, you all can now navigate the entire experience easily. Toon, talk to me. What have you seen happening in HubSpot development land, product innovations, et cetera, that you think are going to influence inbound?
Yeah, great question. Well, first of all, huge compliment to the team who updated the beta UI, because the new product updates overview inside HubSpot is amazing.
Yeah.
Just an FYI, just make sure that you use a single portal to stay up to date, because the new for you isn't connected to your account, but to a portal. But I think, a lot of changes have happened lately. And if you look at the developer change log, you see that not a lot of new APIs are released, different objects are available, and you can see that the whole customization part of HubSpot is becoming a really big thing. I can't even keep track of all the new components that become available for extensions. And I think that's still one of the biggest releases of HubSpot for last year. And you also see it slowly moving to new places, right? So we had it in the middle pane for a lot of different records. It's now also available for the help desk, if I'm not mistaken. So the whole customization part is slowly taking over the whole portal itself. And besides that, the integration part of HubSpot is making big steps as well. If you look at webhooks, we suddenly have a way to extend webhooks. We can finally use custom object webhooks, which is a really big thing in my mind. So HubSpot is getting ready for the full customization part. And I think that's going to be a big part of inbound as well.
Yeah, and I'm putting cars up there and the preview panels now for
preview panels. Yeah,
that's huge. It's a big deal right there. Anton, talk to me.
Yes.
I'll ask a question even. What are you excited about? What's happened over the last year, HubSpot land? Furiously.
I mean, quite a lot, I would say.
Yeah.
So one thing that was an amazing update, at least for me, was that memberships were available or made available at professional. And I mean, this enables a lot more people to create a really great interactive pages and work with gated content, personalized content. I mean, I know that there was what was it? The blog update, I would call that, which was at shown at the Spotlight event earlier this year, where you could set up blogs or blog posts that are limited and you can read further if you register.
Yes. Oh yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Exactly.
This thing, great feature. And yeah, like all these CMS updates, super excited for that.
Yeah, no, for sure. The memberships, man, yeah. I've been working with that team for a bit on helping them do their change logs lately, and it is so fast. They're releasing so many things, so many, like how you can authenticate. You know, like there's different ways to do that now. Your emails are now customizable for that. Your system pages customizable for it. It's really it's been amazing seeing how much work they're putting into it. It's a worthwhile product at this point, in my opinion. Jennifer.
Yes. I mean, CMS Hub became Content Hub, so that's huge. My Hug is the wrong name now, but that's okay. It's still a CMS, so we're good. Yeah, I mean, content remix. I think it's underplayed and maybe underappreciated right now. You can like remix your content. Maybe the AI, like you might have to tweak it a little bit, but the fact that it can like generate all the different social posts and different content elements, and I don't know, maybe I know a little too much from a panel focused group, but there's some cool things coming with that. It's just, I feel like it's going to blow up. Super excited about that. The way membership coming to pro is huge. Phenomenal. Love that. But they also switched to membership access groups instead of lists. And like that is game changing in terms of like how you're managing your memberships. I like that was much needed. Also some of the like content approvals and some of the different things that they've put in place to make managing your, you know, all the different things you're publishing. While I like HubSpot CMS and I build everything on HubSpot CMS, for the people that are stuck with WordPress, there's now embeddable content. So like you can create a HubSpot module and then embed it on a WordPress website. There's some like cool stuff happening. Webflow connection is so much better. There just, you know, so many possibilities for how you're managing your web and your content. Yeah. I don't know. I'm excited. There's just so many cool things. I think one thing, prediction, I don't know, maybe can we talk about a prediction or is it too soon?
Yeah, get to it.
One thing that I'm really hoping for is extending drag and drop functionality to like system page templates, membership templates, like some of those more practical things that are not front end. I don't think it's going to be big inbound news, but I feel like that's going to be on the product roadmap for 2025. I'm putting in my wishes now. But yeah, I think that's kind of like the last real missing piece to make CMS truly marketer friendly on the front end. Like you can do everything if that.
Yeah. And with the AI component of that, I know we are now working with, and I know, Anton, you tested this out as well as the AI scaffolding. So it allows developers to kind of show AI how to approach your content in a way that is good for your uses. So you're not like getting AI to produce content that doesn't make any sense for your site, which I'm glad that they're not giving it away. We are not giving away all to the AI overlords, and we still have some developer input into, you know, how things are going to be outputted on blog posts, etc. I like this idea of like these predictions, Jen. I want to ask, actually, before that, Bree, I'm backing up a step here. You're relatively new. How long have you been working at HubSpot?
Yeah, I was going to say, I've only been here since October of last year. So right after inbound last year is when I started.
You've seen a lot, and it's been a fire hydrant for you, I'm sure. Yes. Can you give me a few takeaways from your time in this last span?
Absolutely. So I think one of the fun pieces is before I was a developer advocate here at HubSpot, I actually worked on a different team, which builds the CRM components that you can use to customize the records page within the CRM. So going from that, which was very fun because there are all kinds of things that you can do, of course, as a developer, but maybe for somebody who isn't a developer, but still wants to have a level of customization where you don't have to worry about different queries and getting all kinds of data. Those CRM components allow you to really customize and create all kinds of different views, charts, kind of whatever you want to see and customize the page. So I think one of the most interesting things that I've seen is that we cater to multiple different kinds of people and multiple different kinds of users, where if you have the developer experience or you would like to have the developer experience and want the ability to be able to customize and tweak and do whatever you want to, we give you the ability to do that with UI extensions. But if you want a sort of middle of the ground, I don't necessarily want to be a developer or I don't have the time to develop, you also have ways to customize as well. So I really love that.
What great answer. SJ, I'm going to put you on the spot because Bree just gave a wonderful answer, and that's going to be tough to top.
Thanks. My thought for what Bree was just saying was just like, I'm really excited about some of the initiatives that we're doing this year. And, Inbound is a place to celebrate some of these things in person, but they're year long for the community that we're doing to introduce new skill sets, new voices, new identities into the developer community. That's going to only help us build for this diversity of customers. Like Bree was talking about how, there's all these different types of users from the technical side within our community today. And I think that bringing in, like through the mentorship program, through some, sponsorship stuff that we've been doing and we're going to expand on next year, just really excited about having new opportunities to build this developer community so we can add more value for our customers. And what that means at Inbound next year, unsure, but I do know that there's going to be a lot of exciting stuff coming from an events and community perspective next year from DevRel. So all of that kind of lends to this spirit of expanding what's possible for our customers and for our developers.
Yeah, great. SJ, approve. You did a good job.
Thanks.
What I've seen are APIs. Honestly, like I'm seeing more and more endpoints released, and it is really exciting. I believe, and someone can correct me in the chat if I'm incorrect, but Dharmesh at one point in time said, if you can do it in the UI, there should be an API that allows you to do the same thing. It's not been real for a long time, but we're slowly creeping to that. And I really love that, all of it. With that being said, we are actually beyond our time. I want to close this out. I want to allow each of you to give me one last big inbound tip. You've all done a great job so far. And even if your tip is just recycling the tip you gave earlier, that is amazing. I approve. So who wants to start? I'm not going to call out until someone doesn't answer. If there's no one there.
What about you, Dennis? What's your tip?
Come on. Go to my session because it's going to be fun. I don't have any my biggest thing I think is honestly don't overbook it, don't overthink it. Enjoy the people there because it's not all about the presentations. They're cool, they're shiny, they're fun, but the really, really cool thing is all the people that you only get to see on Slack. You never really get to meet in person. And as Anton knows, I'm a hugger. So, expect to get a hug from me at some point in time at Inbound. Who wants to go next?
Well, mine is pretty simple. Oh, sorry, Bree, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Mine is pretty simple. It's the same thing I need to remind myself every day. And that Bree has literally helped me remember in the last few days is to drink water and rest. Have water with you all the time at Inbound and rest. And I forget to eat at Inbound. Eat. Make sure you eat. That's it.
It's true. Good. I approve. Bree, go for it.
Yes. Take care of yourself. Because even though we're out having fun, we still have to take care of ourselves because eventually we have to go home and you want to be in one piece. The second thing is to be flexible. Even if something fills up or maybe you didn't get the opportunity to do something that you may have wanted to do, be flexible to do something else or maybe strike up another conversation, which is my third one. Just talk to people, even if you feel like you're kind of shy, a little bit introverted. You want to go to an event, but you don't want to go by yourself. You want to meet people, but you're afraid of getting out there. I have never once been upset or like walked away from something sad because I struck up a conversation with someone. So go and have fun and do it.
Love it. All right. We have 3 more contenders here. Who wants to go next?
Yeah, so I think I'm not going to Inbound. So the first tip is go to Inbound. That's probably the most important one. And if I read the comments correctly, the second tip would be follow Anton.
Yes. Okay. I approve of that as well. Anton, I'm going to make you go next because you were just mentioned.
I mean, I was about to mention the hydration topic because this is super important. Especially since last year was extremely hot, right? Besides that, I mean, don't overbook, have fun, speak to people, connect with people. right?
And
And
there.
yeah,
Cool. And last but not least, go get them, Miss Nixon.
Yes, come see me speak on stage. HubSpot My Community. So if you're here and you like people and you like community, you will like our session. Kyle Jepson's going to be moderating. It's Phil Valander, Josh Curcio, Dan Moyle, and myself. We're going to be dropping some cool, I don't know, things, answering some good questions. But it's just fun. Like, come meet me. Like, come say, like, yeah, you're there, and cheer me on, because that's what I mean.
I'll be there for you, my friend.
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh,
With that
yeah.
being
You
said,
don't have to really like people, Lisa. Sorry, but you can.
all right, y'all. That's it. Thank you all for helping us out with this session, and I will see every single one of you there at Inbound. I'm excited. Well, too. I wish you were there, but you're in my heart at all times. Let's have fun. We'll be doing a live at Inbound. SJ's got some great events coming up as well. So, pay attention, breathe. There's some great speakers on this stage right now. You go watch them. It's going to be good. Get out of here. Have a great rest of your day. Have a great rest of your week. And I'll see you at Inbound.
Bye, everyone.
see you.
Fun. Bye.
Bye.